Through sexual intercourse, the ovum and a single sperm come together. Only an egg and sperm can become one single cell. When a female and male want to have intercourse, the male's penis will begin to stiffen as blood flows into it. This is called an erection. When he begins to put it into the female, her vagina and opening will expand, somehow to compensate for the penis. Once the penis has made its way into the vagina, pre-ejaculate will begin to leak out of the head of the penis as a lubricant for sex. This can impregnate the woman. When the male reaches his peak of arousal, he will ejaculate into the woman's, releasing a fluid mix known as cum or semen. This is a mixture of sperm, yellowish viscous fluid rich in fructose, and a prostactic secretion that displays itself as a white or clear thin fluid containing proteolytic enzymes, citric acid, acid phosphates, and lipids. The bulbourethral gland secretes a clear liquid to lubricate it further. The semen would then go into the uterus, then travel up to the top of the vagina, where it would meet an ovum in the fallopian tube and create a zygote. This is what is referred as fertilization.
It's a little too bad.
If everything is successful, successful, and the zygote would then turn into a fetus. This is called conception.
Consumption.
The woman is not actually pregnant until the egg attaches to the edge of the uterus wall. Before this point, she is simply into the waiting stages before pregnancy. Once pregnant, the woman will go through 9 to 10 months where she will hold the child while it grows. Once the child is ready to be released, the woman's cervix will begin to widen, and one thick mucus wall will break it as it has been thinned out through pregnancy. This is what a woman would call her water breaking. The baby will then begin its journey through the cervix to the outside world as it begins to widen. The baby's protective barrier breaks when the mother enters into labor, allowing it to come out, but no longer protecting it from bacteria. Depending on the mother, a certain number of contractions will be needed for the baby to be released. This can take any amount of time depending again on the child and mother. On average, it takes about 8 contractions in 12 hours for the birth of the baby to complete, but this may vary. In special cases, these two babies can be treated through one pregnancy. This either be made by one fertilized egg splitting into two, creating identical twins. The other case is when there are 2 eggs and both of them are fertilized, creating fraternal twins, which means they do not share identical genes. There are 3 stages of pregnancy. The first trimester takes are 3 stages of pregnancy. The first trimester takes place from 0 to 12 weeks, then it moves to the second trimester, which is 12 to 24 weeks. And it finally ends with the third trimester from 24 weeks to the point of birth. In the 4th week, it begins to form a brain. Spinal cord, heart, and ligaments begin to appear in this process. It has become or is becoming an embryo. In the 8th week, major organs and external body structures begins to form. At this point, the ligaments begin to grow fingers and toes. Also, the heart would begin to beat. Sex organs begin to come and the umbilical cord becomes clearly visible. And then there's a baby.